Muslims and Christians alike, Lent and Ramadan starting on the same day today. May our prayers be answered. May all that we're asking God for come to pass. And if it's just that you want to be closer to God, I pray that when you come out of the fasting period, you are closer to God than you were before. All right, this is Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. This is the daily news review program of the Full Breakfast Show this morning. And as always, like I say, it's always a delight to share this morning with you. Okay, you already know that we're going to start off with the headlines before we're going to run through the headlines this morning before we then tackle the ones that caught our eye this morning. If by now you don't know my name, are we friends? Are we family members?
Hi, Fumi. Good morning.
I did not see you. Hi. Where are you speaking from?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can. Hi, Rose. Good morning.
I shocked you, Abby. Okay.
Yes. You shocked me. I'm not going to lie. I can't see you.
You said?
I cannot see you.
Yes, I would be up in few seconds. So
right.
Just had a little bit of technical hitch.
Oh,
but
right. Okay. That's why I was shocked. I was like, what is going on? Like, where's the voice? Where's the voice, please? I'm not hearing voices this morning. I beg.
Don't worry. You'll see me in a bit.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Do you want me to just go ahead with the headlines this morning?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Starting off with the Punch newspaper this morning, we have 2027 elections. Lawmakers protest as NAS okays e-transmission manual backup. This, again, we've had this headline for the last 3 weeks, I would say now. And I thought it was really, really interesting what happened in the National Assembly yesterday, because people were walking out. People were upset. People were doing bish, 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 bish. And I thought, what's going on? What's going on? Again, not to sound like a broken record, for the men who say, oh, when women coming to the National Assembly, one thing. Are you seeing your mates? Are you seeing each other? Are you seeing each other? Because I'm just saying, I'm not trying to start a gender war. I'm just saying that since time immemorial, we've seen men, really, really disrespect the hallowed halls of the National Assembly. And so when you say, oh, women coming, no, it's a bit, I find it, no. Anyway.
Like it's something you all have been doing for a very long time. So why is it that when we will do it, it now sound as if it's coming from beyond the sun?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, you have no respect for yourself. You have no respect for your colleagues. You have no respect for your family members. Colleagues, none. And a woman going into the House of Reps or the Senate, the National Assembly, is what the issue is, that they are going to be making noise. They're going to be doing this. They're going to be doing that. You guys are not exactly. You're not any better.
Yeah.
At all. And then in the same vein, Ondo APC chair beaten as party meeting erupts in chaos. Still waiting for our analyst this morning. But yeah, I thought this was so embarrassing to see. I don't even know why I was shocked, because am I not in Nigeria? Did we not see what happened at the PDP headquarters, secretariat in Abuja? So why am I surprised? Again. I don't want men to come for me this morning. Again, can you see yourselves in the outside? People's husbands, people's brothers, people's fathers,
grandfathers,
maybe grandfathers as well. Yeah, like that was just embarrassing. Embarrassing.com. Jeez. Anyway, yes, let's move to The Guardian.
All right, on the Guardian newspaper this morning, the headline we have says police arrest suspects and recover arms, drugs, stolen items in Jigawa. All right, that's good. Still on the Guardian, local government workers' salaries paid despite withheld 230 billion naira allocation, says Oshun.
Okay.
So this headline sounds like, we held our allocation, but we still pay salary. So you people should be grateful that we pay despite all the whole back and forth that we're having. We still pay salary, so be great. That's how the headline sounds, though.
As an aside, right? I typically don't like it when that statement is made, like, oh, your like your colleagues, ask your colleagues in your industry if they get paid, ask your this, because I'm thinking, I'm working for this service, so I should be paid. I don't like it when people say, oh, I should be grateful that I'm being paid. You to be grateful that I'm here. Am I bugging? Maybe I'm not. But that's how I'm feeling. Like, why should they be grateful? Then there's even the issue of where were they even paid from? So okay. Next up, I don't know. That's just how I feel about when they say, "Oh, be grateful that you got paid," and I don't like it at all. Anyway, moving on to this day newspaper, we have reps probe tax breaks, export incentives, says Nigeria loses 8 trillion naira annually. Okay. MPHCDA, federal government to deliver food support to vulnerable mothers through 13,000 PHCs. I was reading last week, I think it was last week, that even the government had come out to say, I think it was Lagos State government that came out to say that women who need cesarean sections in the government hospitals should be given for free. And the article or the story was saying that hadn't happened yet. So when I see headlines like this, I'm worried, because when you say to deliver food support to vulnerable mothers through 13,000 PHCs, what's the structure? Have you put systems in place so that these vulnerable mothers get it? So, because it's one thing to say, oh, I'm to give an order to say this is what we want to do for these vulnerable mothers, but will they get it? And 13,000 pages is a lot, right? And is it going to be done in an orderly manner, or is it just going to be done anyhow? Will it be withheld? Because not so long ago, I know people think COVID happened like hundreds of years ago. We saw what happened with the palliatives during COVID. So beyond this, there has to be a structure as to how these women are going to get this food support. Is there going to be a card for them to get the food support? Do they have to tick every day they go to go and get it? Do they have to tick who's in charge of it? Because we're Nigerians and we know that disorder is our middle name. Let's not lie, let's not steal. We thrive on disorder. So I worry that these vulnerable mothers who you want to do a good thing for might not necessarily get the thing that you want to do for them.
I totally agree with you, for me, because at the end of the day, we've seen this happen times without number, where they will say, "Oh, we're going to distribute." That even brings me to this point. Remember when during COVID and even after COVID, even till of recent, where you'll be hearing, "Oh, the federal government is going to give 50,000 naira each to
Oh yeah.
Nigerians."
Have you got in? Tell me.
I was about to ask you maybe whether, so that I will know somebody that has gotten.
Yeah, I
So
don't know anybody that
it's
has
recorded in my
gotten.
head that, oh yeah, I know somebody that actually got, but nobody has ever gotten it. They
Nobody.
don't collect account numbers, or they don't collect names, so they don't, should be. Have you not given your name for such? Nothing has reached anyone that I know of. So please, if some of these things have reached you, maybe just come and change the notion for us. But that's the thing with sharing some of these things. We need to make sure that, like you said, put structures in place, systems in place that would make this money go down. The other day we are talking about trucks, that which governor said, or who was giving out trucks to help with agriculture in that community. And I was saying that these trucks now, I hope they will not go and hang in the local government level. And then the people that are supposed to get these trucks to better their lives, they won't even get it. Local governments can now hold on to it before it knows they are selling it off to other people. And if you actually need it, won't get it.
You don't get it.
Yeah, so I just hope that this will definitely get to the vulnerable mothers, honestly, because this 13,000, the food support will go a long way.
Long way, yes.
Yep. Daily Trust, Falana Jibrin, Bugaje, and others condemn U.S. military presence in Nigeria. Like how? As how? As how?
Mm.
6 die in Lagos Abeokuta Expressway crash. Oh, this is really sad. I
Very,
mean,
very.
you leave your home, you're going out, and you just it's sad. But yeah. All right,
Mhm.
let's go to Vanguard.
We're going to the Vanguard newspaper that says Lent Ramadan begins today. That was even the first thing I said when I opened the program this morning. Again, our we stand with Muslims and Christians as they start their fast today, and we pray that all that the fast is going to offer in terms of the blessings or whatever it is that you want that you're asking God for, you will get by way or when the fast is over. Next up, El Rufai is a difficult person to advise, says Akim Baba Ahmed.
All right, heading on to the Premium Times. Tinubu unveils Nigeria Industry Policy 2025.
Mhm.
Another one says Senate condemns massacre of 56 people in Niger. Oh boy, the rate at which Nigerians are dying. By now, population could on is supposed on depopulate now. Honestly, if you want to think today is in numbers, in hundreds, in kilo day. Ah, hmm, okay.
Moving on to the Nation newspaper, Dangote's 900 billion naira 2025 taxes excites federal government. Okay. Next up, we have First Lady begins campaign against child malnutrition in April.
900 billion taxes. So federal government is excited to
They're excited.
that's almost a trillion naira.
Mhm.
Wow.
It means Dangote is doing really well now for him to have taxes of 900
Ah,
billion naira.
if the government collect this tax now, how far?
Jesus. Let's keep it moving because
Okay. All right. But it's weird that when this kind of money comes in, the government is excited and everybody's excited, but not really, you know, in a positive way. It's
mm-mm.
not like we're excited that Nigeria is going to go one step further.
Mhm.
Our health sector now is going to work out. At least we know that this 9 billion, this 900 billion that it's coming now, one sector is going to boost, is going to, but we're saying, it's coming. So therefore, we're going to start seeing some sort of,
Yeah.
anyway.
You I you know sometimes I feel like I I wish that I could know what it means to not have money troubles or money worries. Because if it's 900 billion, it should be his billion, Abby. Yeah.
Billion.
Enters somebody's account. You have no, like, how bad is the spending that you want to spend? Like, it's like an, it's a the river that never runs dry kind of thing. Sometimes I'm like, in the morning you want to do stuff, you have to calculate, you have to now go back to economics and say which one is scale of preference, which one is the most important, which one maybe I can do this one later. But sometimes I imagine what it would look like to not have to think about moving things around or moving money around. Ha,
Anyway, um,
the cable.
the cable newspaper Christian pilgrimage resumes in Kaduna after 11 years. So,
No.
Senate court's election notice to 300 days to avoid Ramadan clash in 2027 polls.
Okay. Moving on to the Daily Post, El Rufai phone hacking, Ribadu planning 2031 presidency, setting up ADC, says Amechi. So, Tinubu appoints Ubasani renewed hope ambassador, deputy director general for party outreach.
All right, on the Tribune, Nawaj delegates attend 5th African Women Colloquium in South Africa. Another one says federal government moves to modernize Nigeria's justice system through technological reform.
I laugh because, come on, Nigeria's justice system, we don't even know where it stands now. So all the best to everybody involved. Finally, in the dailies this morning, pen pushing, we have Ogun State government offsets 8-year pension gratuity backlog. You see this Ogun State. You put, like, I'm an Ogun State indigene. I come from Ogun State. Yes, I might not know my father's village or my mother's village, but like you people just used to give me. I used to cover my eye in shame. All
But we've done something good now. We've offset 8-year pension.
is that something good? I'm embarrassed that this even
At
happened
least
in
we've offset it.
Abeg.
Yeah,
These people.
I even wanted to play Shekere for Ogun State government.
Abeg. No shekere, no.
You know
I
what
mean,
that means? That means this present government has actually, done what previous governments have not been able to
oh
do.
yeah, take it.
So,
Congratulations.
so well done to our state governor.
But question: will they actually get it? I'm not even trying to be.
Uh-uh. They've offset it, so hope, yeah, they'll offset it.
Rose said that it will get there, so I'm going to take Rose's word because the National Sports Festival
Of
gonna
course,
appear.
offsetting it means that they've paid now, Abby. Is that not? They've paid the pensioners their 8 years. Yeah, no, that's what it means.
Man's up. Anyway, lastly, we have National Sports Festival. Governor Abiodun approves of over 450 million cash rewards for Team Ogun medalists and coaches. Okay,
All right,
those
for
are
me,
the
call. Let's quickly pick this call
okay.
before. Yes, we head on. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Fumi. Good morning, Rose.
Good
How are we
morning.
today?
Fine,
We
thank
are
you.
good, though. We are good. How are
Yes,
you?
first and foremost, can I apologize this morning to Fumi and Rose and the entire Nigerians listening abroad, anywhere you are listening to me. First, this is Mr. Prince on the line. Let me apologize for yesterday. Mr. Adeyemi brought out the bad part of me. I must apologize for my voice raised, okay? We are all involved in this. Are you getting me?
Exactly.
We
Yes.
are all involved. Some of us, before we come to Women Radio, somebody like me has listened to about 7 different radio stations with high power analysis on headline, head by head. You want to talk of Ray Power, you want to talk of QFM, you want to talk of different kind of them. Nigeria Info, we are connected right from 5 o'clock. So imagine when we are involved in this and we talk about issues. We have learned men analyze headlines, not people coming to come and sympathize, trying to.
Prince, is this an apology? This your apology? You don't get one leg.
No, I am only saying my pain. Okay, that was why I raised my voice. So I am so sorry for raising my voice yesterday. Okay, very, very sorry. Okay, very sincerely, I'm sorry for that. Okay, and like one of our honorable parliamentarians I requested, we need people that will not show that they are APC members. Let us show that we want a working Nigeria, a place that I remember when live chicken was sold for 5 kobo. I wish we have elderly people you can ask this. 5 kobo in this Nigeria, not 5 naira. Okay, a chicken or live chicken. That was a Nigerian. I remember when a dollar was equal to nothing to naira. And we are clapping for dollar coming down to 1,600, 1,400, 1,500 every week. We want to clap. Kogi State, you read the list one about Kogi. How many people were kidnapped in Kogi? I sent you a video yesterday. He had that in Kogi State, in my own place. I'm not after any other place again. What is going on in my own village now? And we want to clap. All I needed was just five good projects that is directly implying to my life as a Nigerian. God bless us. I don't want to talk about Nigeria. And for me, lastly, please, your state government that cleared 5 years or 8 years, whatever. Why is it now that it's close to politics, election period, that they are doing that? Why? Thank you. You have a nice day.
Well, he has done it. At least that will bring smiles to pensioners. That will bring smiles to those who are supposed to get their gratuities. That would bring a lot of smiles to families. So, yeah, at least he did it. That to say he did his complete, tenure without even checking that aspect of governance. So, yeah. He did his own. All right, it's 10 minutes to 8 right here on Your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. This is the Daily News Review right here on Women Radio. My name is Rose and Fumi is here. We're doing this together. So do well to send in your messages to 0703 175 6537 or 08155917917. Let's get to hear from you this morning. Our analyst is here. Good morning, Buki. Femi Ajala, it's good to have you join us this morning. I know
Yes,
your week has been busy, but it's good to have you join us this morning. Good
yes,
morning.
yes. But it's fine. It's fine. I mean, anything to build capacity in people to be productive, you will always find me there. I will put my leg, my hand, my body, everything. I will find there. So good morning, everybody. It's lovely to see you. Apologies, I might not be able to put on my camera, but just bear with me. Just bear with me, yes. But I'm fine. I'm fine. And to all Nigerians, to everyone who listens to newspaper review, we are our family. Anywhere you did, the surface of the world, Nigeria, Africa, the world, the globe, the mass. When are we even going to start transmitting to the mass?
That's a big dream.
Yes, so anywhere I greet you, I salute you. It's going to be well with Nigeria, and that's my prayer. So morning for me and morning Rose as well.
Yep. Morning. For me.
Okay, we are live on YouTube at WFM 917. Okay, and you can listen to us on the go via our website www.wfm917.com. Okay, let's get into it. Right about now is 8 minutes to 8 this morning. Okay, our first highlight this morning is what happened in Ondo APC. People were beating people up. What did you say, Rose? What did you say, Rose?
I said people's grandfather,
People's
so
grandfathers were beating each other up, and I'm still in. Okay, I'm not going to be shocked. I don't know what it is that is in the blood of those in political offices or in the government where they resolve to violence. Violence is not the way. There are better ways to solve a matter. You can disagree with somebody. Interesting. This one I was thinking about, oh, how can you disagree with somebody? Like, you don't have to resolve the matter. You have your perspective, they have their perspective. End of story. So a pre-Congress stakeholders meeting of the APC in Ondo State turned violent on Tuesday. That was yesterday, as suspected thugs invaded the party's secretariat in Akure, leaving many injured and the state's chairman and a commissioner beaten. They've also said that they feel like these thugs were sponsored and all of that. What caused the matter? They said they don't want Congress in Ondo State, that the governor is in charge. The governor is the leader of the state, and the governor is in charge. Nobody should query the authority of the governor, and anybody who wants to talk about Congress in Ondo State will be assassinated. God, I beg. And if you talk about Congress, you basically will be assassinated. And apparently, the state chairman, Mr. Adetimehin, was beaten. The former commissioner for sports was beaten. A commissioner on the board for Niger Delta Development Commission, NDC, was beaten as well, and some people were also rushed to the hospital for treatment. They say that these thugs were sponsored to disrupt the meeting because they had barely started the meeting. It started. However, the Commissioner for Information says that we didn't know anything about it, that the governor was not aware, neither is he connected to the state meeting, and he couldn't have sanctioned it. One thing. His leadership reflects a strong aversion to violence and political intimidation of any form. We thank the Lord Almighty that the police was able to bring the situation under. But Buki, I don't know what's going on now. Because so who now sent the thugs?
Let us analyze the thing now.
Yeah, now. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Somebody sent those
Oh yeah.
people. They did not act on their own accord.
mhm.
Even if there are some things like everybody will just pack. Somebody must have instigated it.
Oh yeah.
But let us look at it. I always like to go back, leave foundation and all that, so that we can take a position based on where I am coming from. There are many perspectives to this, so if you have 2 or 3 people and we're discussing, we will be seeing things from different perspectives. But let me lay the foundation. This issue of what is it all about? What is it all about? It's the first stage of a party's internal elections. So this is where they reorganize leadership. And it's very key because this is the starting point, right? This is where they elect board executives, those that will ensure, they move on the party officials, they manage their party officials and things like that. And then, of course, this is what the World Congress is where delegates are going to be selected. These are delegates that will now represent the world, right? In the local governments, the state congress, up to national. And, we already have the dates. They're supposed to do the work today on the 18th. So I want to see what will happen today, because yesterday's meeting was a pre. And to be honest, I don't see anything wrong in it, except if they have evil intention, right. And then, of course, the local government one is February 20th. Then I think in terms of their constitution, having the Congress, is constitutional. I think it's Article 1117 or something. I just searched, about that, right? Then, of course, I think for February 8th or so, they concluded electronic membership registration. So new people have registered. They need to bring these new people on board and things like that. So, new people entered into APC. And of course, we all know what is happening. There is a whole lot of moving parts. A whole lot of people are moving into APC and things like that. I do not know. I am only analyzing what could be from a human perspective, and such human perspective have personal interests, right? A lot of people are moving into APC. So it's possible that they are now beginning to see political settlement. Oh, okay, come in here. You are going to be a delegate. You are going to be a delegate. And the other people that have been working, that have been in APC, right, that they are already aspiring to be a delegate or aspiring to be an official, they're now seeing the moving parts. They're now seeing the body language that, this person who just defected, it looks as if they want to do these things and all that and all that. We will not agree. I am only analyzing. I do not know what, but of course, we know these things that do happen. That somebody will just come from somewhere and they'll say, you know what, that is the person. I was somewhere yesterday, and a local government chairman was telling us that we were talking about political settlement and things like that. And then he now said, you people even ask me, how did I even get to this? Yes, I've been, a loyalist. I've been in the party. I've been doing this. I've been doing that, and I've been doing that. And of course, I'd already told people that one day, I'm going to become, a local government chairman. So he was just doing his own thing. And suddenly, he just got a call. You want to become a local government chairman? He said, well, yes, that had been my ambition, at least to start with that. He said, okay, meet me at Ibadan, right? Meet me at, the person stays there. That does not mean he's a local government chairman in Ibadan. So don't put 2 and 2 together. So I think he was going there and he said, you know what, let's just meet there. And that was how things moved, you know. He didn't tell us the kule of the matter in terms of maybe, the filing and all that and all that. What am I saying is a whole lot of things happen. And it's possible these other parties, these aggrieved party, are saying how they're going to do it. Probably they are saying that we should have waited for today. What is this pre-meeting all about? There are some things that happen before the meeting. They could conclude. Even it happens in boards. You understand that even before the board meeting, whatever you want to do, you'll have agreed with the chairman, you'll have agreed with members of the board, and blah, blah, blah. So on that day, you will not know what has happened, though, if you are not in the inner caucus. You just see that a motion is moved. Somebody did presentation, and before you know what is happening, 4 out of 7 have moved to say, hey, yes, it's okay. So a whole lot of things is happening. That is why I think there's a whole lot of agitation, with this Congress they want to have today. However, I want to put the governor, I want to throw a challenge at him, because everything is pointing to him. Allegation. We read that these thugs said, oh, the governor is in charge. The governor is in charge. The governor is in charge. Right. That nothing can happen. Yes, we know in terms of the flag bearer for the state, he is. But what does that word mean? He has to come out and explain himself. He's accountable, except if he's accountable. And then, of course, being if you say you are a responsible person, you should come out, you should own up, you should take responsibility for what happened in your state, even if you do not know about it. But fingers are pointing. Then do you know what is even interesting to me? Within that party, for Ondo State, it looks that there are camps. In every party there are camps, no doubt about it. But somewhere along the line, you will the lines are very faint, right? But it looks as if these lines are very, very visible. Why do I say that? The information person said, "Oh, the governor is not aware of that meeting." Meanwhile, from the report we had from the state caretaker chairman, he said, because I read a piece of news, he said they had agreed upon, after consulting with the special advisor to the governor on political matters, right? And of course, he said something about the National Secretariat sending a Congress and appeal committee ahead of the day. Mm-hmm. So if the governor, right, is, he cannot tell us he's not aware of this, right? He cannot tell us he's not aware of this. Mm-hmm. The national is sending. And I'm sure he also will have been involved in things like this, that, okay, a Congress is going to happen today. People are going to meet a day. In fact, I can tell you that people have been meeting a week, a month, or whatever it is towards the Congress. It is not on that Congress day they'll start making decisions. Decisions have been made, they have been made. So it cannot say he's not aware that something like that is coming. Then we should put, the special advisor to the governor on political matters. We should put him on the spot. Did he do the job? Or is it that the state chairman is lying? And I'm sure there will be documents to support that. That is why I am saying I want to put the governor on the spot. And then this is your territory. You ought not to have allowed that at all to happen, because governors also have informants, because they are the security officers of their state, officially and unofficially, if I can use that word. That there are tensions already. You cannot tell us the governor does not know there are tensions because of what has happened. I know that there are tensions. And look what the what do you call it? The media man said. He said that the inner caucus was attempting. Okay, no, it was not the one who said that. There was a word he mentioned concerning internal something. I forgot it. That yes, that isolated internal misunderstanding. That came from the APC director of media. So you can see that though, yes, his choice of words, but is loaded. He said, this is an isolated internal misunderstanding. For me, I would have expected the governor to have done everything needed such that these thugs would not have come. You mentioned it, settlement, negotiation. Let's discuss it. You don't now have to stir up people to now go with machetes, dangerous things to injure. I saw some reports of people, and even some of them were taken to the hospital. The governor should be held accountable for this. Oh, we are waiting. He should be held accountable for this, even if he does not know anything about it. For the mere fact that this happened in a state, this happened in APC. No, we cannot continue like this. Somebody should take responsibility for it. And he should, as the governor. Because now hands are pointing to him, fingers are pointing to him, even heads are pointing to him. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he should take responsibility. It's a pity that we are doing these things like this, and it should not be. At the end of the day, what are we fighting for? Is money, wealth, power. But if truly we understand that, oh, is APC that is going to win the election or whatever it is, can we just do good governance? What are they fighting for? Tell me, what are they fighting for?
Who
No,
knows?
what exactly are they fighting for? What are the deeper issues? To control resources, to control power, or what? Well, let us wait to see what the outcome would be today. After all, they are going to do the Congress today. I'm not sure they've cancelled it, right? But even I can tell you that despite the fact of what happened yesterday, people will still meet because that today they go all the decisions they have made in their inner caucuses, in their whatever it is. And today we will see them. So if we now find out that at the end of the day, the Congress also went into issues, they were fighting, wrangling, and all that, then we know that, hey, people have to step into the issue of APC. State. I mean, it's really bad, but that is it. You know, the allegations, like I mentioned, that which is the governor, wants to ensure that his own loyalists, hijack and control process. That leads me to my own analysis at that time, that when people begin to see that you want to impose some people and they've not been there all along, they will agitate now. You understand? And then the allegations, because I read in one of the papers, that the governor's inner caucus is attempting to impose, the commissioners as leaders over the long-standing party members. So these are allegations. And that's why I said he has to come clean, right? Even if he has his own people that he wants to bring in. I mean, they can actually sit down on the table of brotherhood. You understand? Like I mentioned yesterday, we're talking about political settlement. These things happen, but ensure that a whole lot of people are included in this your settlement thing. But when it is now exclusive, when it's an exclusive settlement, the other party will be aggrieved. They will talk. And this is what will land them to. Calling the talks and all that is alleged. We do not know where these people are, but I read a document, that is alleged that they are members of the road transport workers. So initially I said, so they will not go and drag their bosses. But I remember that, we still have talks and things like that. So even if we want to know, it's very simple. People saw them, isn't it? It's an issue of packing all of them. Who gave you orders? They will tell us, oh, now our Oga, let them go and meet the Oga. The Oga who gave you order to go and pack dogs. And the Oga will talk now. But you see, there are times we do things that we just look the way. When we see the truth, at times we just close our eyes. But I'm watching, and people, Nigerians are watching. Let us see what will come today, and the investigation that they said they have started.
Right.
Some people were held responsible. People were injured. People were injured under the fact that they want to do a pre-meeting, except if you are saying that the pre-meeting is not constitutional. Even if it was not constitutional, does that mean they cannot meet? And based on the information we got, right, they had consulted with the special advisor, on political matters, who also said that he has relayed the message to the governor. So he has to come out and tell us exactly what happened. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Buki. I mean, that was very, 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 very informative. Great analysis. Rose, over to you.
Oh yes, very, because she took us back to the foundation and
Yes.
where we are, this and what we're hoping to see. And yes, we would love to see that the governor comes out to clear the air on all of this and on some of the allegations that are flying left, right, and center. So we'll definitely love to hear so that he would cancel every form of negativity that comes with this, so that we get to see the states moving forward, whether Congress or whether no Congress. So it's as good as coming to a mutual agreement. You can actually sit back and say, okay, can we go ahead and talk about this? Like the House of Reps that had to go do a closed door meeting after all the after all the whole, oh yes, nay, they had to do closed door meeting to talk to themselves. So if we can see that happening, I mean, there's nothing nothing that a conversation will not solve. You don't have to resort to violence. These are people's fathers, people's grandfathers who were beaten, some are in the hospital. So I think it's just only fair that he comes out to say something, and whether he sent the thugs or whether he didn't send them, or he should also come out to say and maybe condemn that action and let people move on. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 13 minutes past 9. Sorry. After 8, I beg your pardon, 30 minutes after 8 right here on Women Radio. And this is the program Daily News Review. So let's take up some messages before do we have any messages before we go on to take up the next headline that we have this morning? All right, so let's see if we have a couple of the messages. Well, since I'm here, let me do the honors. Because I was using to look at me. Oh yeah, there now. What is it? Okay, so let's see what we have here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it out for the messages. Okay. Okay, we have one from Olushoga, from Idola Ikorodu, and he says that I am okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. He says that I'm so disappointed with this present Senate. How, for God's sake, in this modern age, they are still raising hands like school children. What happened to electronic voting? Nigerians should please take the next election very serious and vote wisely. Let's change the current order. Olusoga Jai from Otonla Ikorodu. And that's, his advice. Let's change the current order, of course. If something is not working, can we just, leave it and find what will work? I beg. All right. So, good morning to you in the studio. Ramadan Mubarak to all our Muslim worldwide. What happened yesterday in the National Assembly is democracy in action. It happens in every democracy, anywhere in the world. The majority we have there. Majority will have their way, while minority will have their say. That is why parties try all their best to have majority. That is democracy in action. Stop lamentation. 2027 is almost here. Start to mobilize for your candidates. This is additional Wasu from Ikorodu. Okay, let's see. Heading on to the next one. This one, let me see. Is there a name to this? Okay, this is coming from Mayor from Ikotun Agbe. Mayor says, "Nice morning to you in the studio. We're hearing that no one can match Tinubu come 2027. Abi, APC and their followers." Okay, not okay. They're fooling themselves, not Nigerians. If you can defeat Tinubu, why are you people afraid to pass real-time transactions? Why are we hearing that Tinubu is giving 500 billion naira to the governors so that they can defect to APC? Why is APC and their followers attacking opposition parties? If not for INEC, the judiciary, Tinubu and his followers will be history come 2027. Because I don't know how any responsible person will cast his vote for people like APC. How can we be called this? How can we be called the disgraced nation? And okay. All right. So he just goes on to say, "Oh God, arise and trouble those who are troubling Nigerians."
That's
So,
Mayor.
yeah.
Prayer, they always do bish from my mouth.
Okay. So, good morning, Nigerians across. Okay, Prince, you called in, and these are some of the things that you also mentioned. So I won't be reading your message. Let's head on to Mrs. Oboli. She says, "Some of the morning to you ladies. Trust you all had an amazing night. Rest. On today's discourse, no be today start, and it most certainly won't end today. By the way, for me, thugs are always sponsored to disrupt events.
Sure.
Except the perks of political appointments are unattractive to those vying for office and power. We will continually have persons vying for office, make it a do or die affair. Just imagine the open threat to life by these people, yet no one has taken it serious. APC and the political juggernauts in the body are about to implode. I'm reclining on my chair with my popcorn, waiting for the endless season film about to play out. In conclusion, no Nigerian's blood should be worth anybody's ambition. But in Nigeria, my country, the reverse happens to be the case. The stronghold for power in these climes make them so power drunk. It's so sad, honestly, coming from Mrs. Oboli this morning. All right, so those are the couple of messages we have this morning on the Daily News Review. We still have a few more minutes, so do well to send in your messages. Let's get to hear from you. So, Buki, let's just go and see what happened in House of Assembly. Let's just talk about that just before we go. Now, Buki, with all of what happened in the House of Reps, still on the, electoral amendments, because at the end of the day, all of this back and forth that we're having, all of this back and forth is because election is just by the corner. Okay. And at the end of the day, just like Ms. Oboli was pointing out, if we try our best not to make the seats look so enticing, all of this leadership look so enticing, I don't think that we'll be having all of these controversies around the Electoral Amendments Act. I mean, Senate just finished their own. It never take where we come down. Now House of Reps have taken it up. And I mean, every day you have groups, different kinds of groups going in front of the National Assembly to do a protest and all of that as regards this electoral amendment. So what exactly is going on, Buki, and what's the way forward? Because if Nigerians are saying this is what they want, can our leaders sit down and look at that critically and see how they can even make it maybe a bit better? Those Nigerians, yes, we know you want A, but if we give you A, XYZ will happen. If we give you B, XYZ will happen. Which way do we go to? Because at the end of the day, you're there for the people. But it's almost as if they're there taking decisions that will suit them. If you know suit them, you're gonna hear when they say yay, now the nay, now you go take them because suits them. When the nay come plenty past the yay, now the yay, now you go take them because
what is going on?
It's just a lot, Muki. Let's get to
Mhm.
hear your thoughts quickly before we go
Yeah,
on. What has happened in the
it's a
House of
lot. It's a lot that is happening, and to be honest, am I happy with all these things? No. We all know the fact that we need a critical mass of people in the lawmaking seat that are there for our interest,
interest.
not for
Exactly.
their own interest. Until we get that critical mass, we will continue to talk. Because it looks, I do not have the statistics, but it looks that many of them are there to protect their interests,
Mm-hmm.
protect their empire, protect their party. Anything that will jeopardize that, they are ready to fight it out. So a whole lot of voices, maybe the two major voices that you'll be hearing. Number one voice is, let me protect my interests. So whatever is going to jeopardize that, I no go agree. Let
Mm.
me talk. Then the other voice, it might not be strong, but it's saying, this is what Nigerians want. They elected us. I am here to do my job. I'm here to bring in the right bills. So this will not work. Hear my voice, hear my voice, hear my voice. But maybe their own voice is not as loud enough. You understand? And we have not gotten to that critical mass yet, but we are getting there.
Mhm.
We have more productive people than what we had some years ago. And that is why we are saying the people who are supposed to be on the mountain of governance, right? Hey, as many of you as want to go in there, provided you have the right heart and the right motives, just start. If you have to start at the grass level, start at the grass level and then scale up. And maybe by the time we see 20 years or 30 years or thereabout, a whole lot of things will have improved, from where we are. I mean, judging back 50 years, we've improved now. It's just that when you put, a rod and a straight rod, you will see. Because by the time you begin to look at the indices of countries, that got independence in that same decade that we did, I mean,
Mhm.
they are way back. We are talking about Singapore. Even South Korea, we were talking about South Korea, how they did. Yes, I know they had an autocratic whatever and all that. Power was at the center. But hey, in terms of development, in terms of planning, in terms of discipline, in terms of looking at the bills, of course, they must have come up with policy reforms and all that, because they also got in technocrats, to ensure that these things are done. But look at where they are within 20 years. I'm talking about the time of PAC. But
Yeah.
coming back to what we are saying now, what is the way forward? What do Nigerians want? All these things is about transfer and electronic transmission.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because
Not
where,
anything else.
yeah, exactly. Because you see, let's let's analyze it. Where we sit as average Nigerians, we want electronic transmission. That as I vote, as I press that thing on that your
Mhm.
beavers, that thing don't land, and everybody's watching it. At
Mm.
least we see the United States election. It's counting, it's counting, it's counting. People are seeing it. That is what we want as an average Nigerian, because we know that technology works. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we also have to know the challenges we are facing here.
True.
You understand that at times the technology cannot even work,
Mhm.
and maybe that is why. Because I remember when we were discussing this in Panorama, Imaraba's position was, can we have hybrid? And which is what Senator Kwabo also said. At least at the end of the day, Senate said, can we have hybrid? But my own is that even with hybrid, if we have men that are not honest,
Mm.
men that are not full of integrity. Even with hybrid, they will still tamper with the whole thing. They will tell you that the technology was not working at that time, and so they had to use hybrid, and they had to use manual. And between the time they wrote the thing, even party people at the polling booth, they will have settled them to say, you know what, this is what we are going to record for your distance. Despite the fact that they are counting, they are counting, but before you know what is happening, between that time and it gets to the final collation center, the figures have moved. And that is the challenge, that how can we resolve this? Honestly, if you really ask me, it's about we having men that are full of integrity, men that love the nation, men that have God to do what is right. If we don't have them, there's nothing we want to do. What does the Bible say? Yes, you might say, I'm going to quote the Bible, but that is the word of God. That is the book, that is the manual that the Creator gave us. This one has nothing to do with Christianity. The God who created us has said that. He says, righteousness exalts a nation. If we are not ready to do right, nothing is going to happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Buki. I think you just wrapped it up, really good for us. If we're not ready to do right, now all of these things go continue to see, we'll continue to hear. Me and Fumi go stick on here, continue to talk. And Buki will continue analyzing.
To be fair.
Honestly, like somebody said, I say we'll just carry popcorn, sit down, they look ourselves. When February come next year, only us know what we could do for ourselves. So let's help ourselves, and let's hope that all that we are saying that we need electronic transfer, let's be seeing it real time, because we can actually do it between now and then. Even if it's to go to the US that have sent troops to come to Nigeria, go to them, please. So how did you people do your election? So at 7:30. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser.
My name is Fumi Vanga, and 9 to 5 is yes, 10 and stick around with us. We have great music as well to keep you company. Also, our love and our prayers and our well wishes again to those celebrating Lent. Is it celebrating Lent? Who are starting the fast, Lent fast and Ramadan. Yeah. Do have a lovely day.
Yep. Good morning.